Do you want to know the secret to transforming your life without turning it upside down? Small changes can lead to massive transformations, and today, I'll show you how tiny habits, yes, the tiniest habits, can completely change the way you live. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Did you know that research shows 45% of our daily actions are habits? That's nearly half of everything we do, on autopilot. Now, let me ask you this. What if you could tweak just a few of those habits? Imagine the ripple effect on your entire life. Tiny habits are like planting seeds. At first, they seem insignificant, but over time, they grow into massive trees of change. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to cultivate these habits, nurture them, and watch them transform your life. And hey, if you're finding value in this already, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I promise you won't regret it. 1. Starting small. Let's dive into why starting small is so powerful. Imagine you've decided to read more books this year. Most people might set a goal of reading one book a week, but then life happens. They get busy, overwhelmed, and the habit fades away. Instead, start with something ridiculously simple, like reading 1 page a day. 1 page. That's it. You might think, what difference does that make? Here's the secret. It's not about the size of the action but the habit of showing up. By starting small, you're hacking your brain's resistance to change. Small actions don't feel like work. They're easy wins, and those wins create a sense of progress. That progress builds momentum, and before you know it, 1 page turns into 5, then 10, and eventually, a full book. Think about it. Would you rather set a big goal and quit after a week or start small and build a habit that lasts a lifetime? 2. Habit stacking. Once you've committed to starting small, let's talk about habit stacking, a game changer for making new habits stick. Habit stacking is simple. You take something you already do every day and attach a new habit to it. Here's an example. Brushing your teeth is a habit most of us already have. So, what if you wanted to start flossing daily? Instead of creating a whole new routine, you stack flossing right after brushing. Brushing becomes the trigger for the new habit. Habit stacking works because it piggybacks on existing routines. It's like sneaking a new passenger onto a train that's already moving. Another example? If you want to build a gratitude practice, try stacking it with your morning coffee. While your coffee brews, think of one thing you're grateful for. Over time, these stacked habits become automatic, making it easier to grow and sustain them. 3. Tracking progress. Next up, tracking your progress. This step might seem tedious, but it's a key ingredient for success. Tracking helps you stay aware of your actions, and what gets tracked gets improved. There are countless ways to do this. You can use a simple checklist, a habit tracker app, or even a physical calendar. Here's a fun idea. Mark an X on the calendar every day you complete your habit. The longer the streak, the more motivated you'll be to keep going. It's called the streak effect, and it works wonders. For example, say you're trying to drink more water. Every time you finish a glass, jot it down or tap a button on your app. When you see those numbers add up, it feels satisfying. It's visual proof of your progress. And when you have a visible reminder of how far you've come, you're far less likely to break the chain. 4. Celebrating small wins. Now, let's talk about something most people overlook: celebrating small wins. Why is this so important? Because every time you celebrate, you're reinforcing the habit. Let's say you've committed to taking a 5-minute walk every evening. After each walk, give yourself a high five in the mirror, text a friend to share your progress, or simply say, "I did it," aloud. These small celebrations release dopamine, the feel-good chemical in your brain, and make you want to repeat the habit. Celebrating doesn't have to be grand. It's not about throwing a party every time you finish a task. It's about acknowledging your effort and giving yourself credit where it's due. Remember, progress, even tiny progress, is worth celebrating. 5. Accountability and support systems. Here's where having an accountability partner or support system can take your efforts to the next level. When you share your goals with someone else, you create a layer of responsibility that's hard to ignore. Think about it. If you tell your friend you're going to meditate for 5 minutes every day, you're less likely to skip it because you don't want to disappoint them. Support systems can also motivate you when your own willpower runs low. Maybe it's a friend who checks in weekly, a partner who joins you on your new habit, or even an online community. Having people in your corner reminds you that you're not alone. For example, studies show that people who work out with a partner are far more consistent than those who go it alone. Why? Because they're held accountable, and they have someone cheering them on when things get tough. 6. Flexibility and adaptation. Finally, let's discuss flexibility and adaptation. Life happens, unexpected events, busy schedules, or even a change in priorities. If your habits are too rigid, they're likely to break under pressure. For example, say your habit is to journal every morning, but one day you oversleep. Instead of skipping it entirely, adapt. Journal in the evening instead. The key is to keep the habit alive, even if it looks different from how you planned. Flexibility doesn't mean letting yourself off the hook. It means finding creative ways to stay consistent, even when circumstances change. Think of it like steering a car. Sometimes you need to adjust the wheel, but you're still moving forward. So, here's my challenge for you. Start with just one tiny habit today. Share it in the comments. What's one small change you're committing to? If this video inspired you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs a fresh start. And don't forget to subscribe for more actionable strategies to level up your life. Together, we're building a community that thrives on growth, one small habit at a time. See you in the next video.